this is what we need to get more vocal on. Like I got really good friends who are bodybuilders, and so I don't want to ostracize a whole, like 3/4 of the fitness industry.
Yeah.
But I do think that that's where it needs to start.
Yeah.
You know, we have to start, like the whole fitness industry was cultivated around professional bodybuilding and sort of aerobics, I guess, if you went right back, you know, to the early days. And I think that doesn't serve people very well, the masses of people, you know. And there's an element of where, like, you know, I even battled when I was into, like, I was never a bodybuilder, but I got really into it and into trying to build my body. So I would call myself a bodybuilder to a degree. You know, you kind of feel like, well, where do you stop? Like, and I was so close to going through the process of really getting into steroids and things like that. I never did, but you feel the urge to, you know, because you really do. You want to go, okay, well, I want to take it to the next level now, and it's always about one-upping. And that's what I teach people: 1% better every day. But you get to a point where it's kind of like, well, everyone's doing this, and I want to be at that level, you know.
Absolutely.
So I don't think that it cultivates a healthy mindset.
No, I think from, like, speaking from the female perspective, it's hard because there's been pros and cons to the bodybuilding world. I think Instagram, there's been this filter down of you've got female bodybuilders or female fitness competitors or bikini competitors, right? And they post their photos and they look incredible and lean, and they put a lot of effort into that. And that then filters down because, you know, a whole bunch of people will follow those sorts of women and say, oh my God, I want to look like that. So then they start listening to them and trying to follow their processes around, you know, looking like that. But the issue is that, you know, bodybuilding, particularly at a competition level, is an extreme process. Just like being a gymnast is extreme, just like being a sprinter. You know, if you're doing anything at an extreme level, you have to assume it's not going to be healthy. It's going to be, you know, extreme. That's the point. Yeah. But the problem with Instagram is that it often makes us feel like it's accessible and achievable. And so we start to sort of associate that with health. But it's just, it isn't. But on the flip side, I think a big part of the movement behind women wanting to lift weight more and pushing out of this sort of heroin chic, skinny, slim kind of vibe was actually, were those bodybuilding women that were putting, you know, pictures of their big, strong quads up on, you know, like hashtag quad goals, hashtag booty goals, all that sort of stuff came from that movement. So, you know, there's pros and cons to all of it.
Well, there is. I mean, there's good and bad points to a lot of things, but what I'd like to touch on is, you know, what you're talking about there. There's so many things that I feel like I want to say, because one of the first things is this idea that you look at pictures on Instagram and you think, oh my God, I want to look like that. Fucking hell! Do you imagine how perfect that picture is of that person? Like, because I've been in the fitness industry for long enough, and I know that what a body looks like, and I know that every single picture of every single guy is tensing his abs. Yeah. Abs don't fucking look like that when you're just standing there relaxed. Right. And they're all smiling and looking relaxed, but that's not what abs look like when you're smiling and relaxed. And because I've seen it in Richard's like 8% body fat, and I see him when he walks around. He doesn't look like he does when he's, you know, tensing his abs in the middle of an exercise. And so people look at that and think, oh my God, I want to look like that. And well, no one looks like that when they walk around. It's only for that brief moment in the picture. And then you've got, what have you eaten today? Did that person fast for 16 hours or even go on a cutting diet for a week before they took that picture, versus us that live in the real world that eat normal food? Like, you never, you know, so there's just so many things to it. And
the other thing that to mention is that you can have abs and also have type 2 diabetes.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's like we associate these fucking lines down the stomach with health, and it's just not a good enough indication of really what's going on inside someone's body.
Yeah. So. Awesome take home. So.
Thanks for having me, guys.
You're welcome. Anytime, Shona. We'll, for those of you that enjoyed this episode, we're definitely going to get Shona back on. She's a good friend of ours, and look out for more live shows with Shona.
Yeah.